All right, Joe. Up next, we got the Miami Dolphins heading up to Western New York to play the Buffalo Bills in a clash of the AFC East Titans. Both teams had a surprisingly good week one. Nobody really expected it, but they had a pretty good week one.
I think the Buffalo Bills were more unexpected to win.
Absolutely. What a crazy game that was out of Soldiers Field.
They went into Chicago. And Chicago was a tough team to beat in Chicago.
Absolutely.
And they went in there and they just handled their business like a herd of buffalo.
Like a herd of buffalo. Like Buffalo Jones is the security guard at the Lewiston Hilton Garden Inn.
Yeah. Like a herd of buffalo trampling, a bear cub or something.
Now, do you think this week a buffalo herd will trample some dolphins? That's almost like a sci-fi network movie.
I think that the Dolphins are just too good, and I think that I think they're going to go into Buffalo, and they're going to take the Buffalo Bills, the Bison, and they're going to drag them down into the ocean with them, like an alligator drags an antelope down into the water, and just waits for it to die.
Wow. I'm gonna have to go with Buffalo this week. They've got a new owner this week. It's their home opener. They know they're not going to move to Quebec because it was the owner of the Buffalo Sabretooths bought them. I think they're going to be in a good mood. You know, Buffalo always starts 2-0, 3-0, and everybody gets excited, and then they go 6-10 again.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have another one of those seasons. I think they're going to squeak out a close win over Miami this week, a hard-fought win, and I think Buffalo's going to win this year, win this game. Not this year, of course not, but they'll win this game. They'll look good. Everybody will be happy in Buffalo, and then disappointment, like Buffalo Jones.
Yeah.
So what we got next? We got Atlanta. The 1-0, another upset team, the surprisingly 1-0 Atlanta Falcons squeaked out a win over the New Orleans Saints. Not many people saw that coming. Against the Cincinnati Bengals, who looked pretty good week one.
You got Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton.
As their quarterback.
Yep. The little redhead.
Yep.
You know, he's not going to win any Pro Bowls, but he'll win you 10 games a year.
Yeah. I still got to go with what is it? The ATL.
The ATL.
I still got to go with Atlanta on this one.
Did you? And with the controversy of their fake racist basketball owner.
I think Matt Ryan's playing pretty good. Matt Ryan's a tough quarterback to get behind because he's streaky. Like a window that Lon Marvin cleaned.
Yeah, don't use Lon Marvin window cleaning in Wyndham.
Don't even let him near your house.
No. If you're in Wyndham and you need your Wyndham's clean, don't call Lon Marvin.
He does an awful job.
Nope.
Old streaky lawn, they call him.
Streaky lawn. I like the Bengals in this game. Like a 13-point win, like a 34-21 type win over the Falcons.
I'm gonna still go with ATL. Because I like Jericho Crotchery. I think he doesn't even play for them anymore.
No, Julio Jones.
I like Julio Jones. I feel like Julio Jones is gonna have a decent game.
Is it Julio or Julio?
I'm pretty sure it's Julio.
It's Julio. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Julio. It's a hard.
The American pronunciation.
It's a hard J.
The urban American.
Or is it Julio Jones? Here's another game that we're both in agreement with. We got the New Orleans Saints going to Cleveland, Ohio.
The Dirty River.
The Dirty River. Cleveland for a minute this week, or last week.
Brian Foyer got everybody excited.
Had people a little bit excited. People all the way from that one abandoned, closed down, condemned factory to the other abandoned, closed down, condemned factory. People all across that area, which is most of Cleveland, were shouting.
Most of Northeast Ohio.
We worked our way back. Not a lot of production out of LeBron James. I thought I was going to see more of him.
Kevin Love, the new accusation.
Yeah, Kevin Love, the new accusation.
He didn't do anything during the game.
I thought the two of them would at least, go out there and do something to help the team, since that's all that town has. But, they apparently...
Terry Francona didn't do a very good job managing the Browns.
Yeah, apparently they want to just stick to one sport.
Yeah.
And they're not going to play football this year.
Almost got it done.
And Johnny Cleveland, I don't even think he played.
Just sitting on the bench.
Yeah, just sitting on the bench.
Sitting on his hands so he wouldn't give anybody the swear finger.
Being douchey, trying to come up with, new clothing lines and new ways to...
Trying to text LeBron and Kevin Love, probably.
Yeah, be like, hey, LeBron, get down here. Yo, bro, it's me, Johnny Cleveland. And LeBron's like, who this? I just got a new phone. But he didn't. He knows. He knows whose number it is.
He knows to ignore Johnny Manziel.
He's got him in there as do not answer Johnny Manziel. And
Craig Bosch.
Craig Bosch.
Ignore those two.
The day of our Lord, going with the Saints.
Gotta go with New Orleans. They're pretty ticked off after losing that first game. They think they are Super Bowl contenders. They were not ready to lose that game. I think that will really irk their craw, and they'll use that as motivation to beat the Cleveland Browns. I think they will pounce on the Browns, and those Cleveland fans will be wanting to take a chain link fence after this game. They'll be pretty mad. I don't think Johnny Football will come in this game, but
no.
Maybe the game after this. So I like New Orleans to cruise to a very comfortable win.
Coming up next, we got the Dallas Schmal Boys
Cowgirls.
Going into Tennessee to take on the Titans.
The Titans.
I picked the Titans last week to win.
I did not.
Did not.
I'm sorry, and my friend...
I said they would go in there and they would handle the Kansas City Queefs, and they totally did. And,
absolutely.
I gotta say, they're gonna go from Queefs to Cowgirls, and they're gonna handle them just the same way they did.
Absolutely. I agree. The Dallas Cowgirls look pretty bad this year. Tony Romo, I can't believe it. It's like when your wife's in a coma for 10 years and you keep trying to wake her up and say, you got to wake up. You got to get back. That's what Dallas Cowboys fans are like with Tony Romo. He's like a comatose wife.
Yeah. Next up, we got the New England Patriots.
The 0-1 New England Patriots.
The 0-1 were, what was it? What were they outscored? 24 points in the second half?
It was 20-10. Yeah, 23 points. 23-0.
23-0.
In the second half.
In the second half.
Oh.
That's good work, boys. You keep that up.
Yeah, Tom Brady's getting old. The hair gel must have gotten in his eyes. Again, the humidity in Miami in his hair, it melted and it got in his eyes or something. And oh, man. I think I'm going to go with an upset again. It served me well. One of my picks that went well in week one, one of the only picks in week one that went well, I'm going to try and do it again in week two. I think the Minnesota Vikings will go 2-0. Teddy Bridgeton and Adrian Peterson, they're going to run it down New England's throats, and they're going to grind out a victory out there in the Metrodome in Minneapolis.
See, I'd like to agree with Ron, but I know the way Belichick thinks, and I know
he's murderous.
He's murderous. He's a cheater.
He's a cheater.
He knows how to work the hand of evil, and I don't think he'll let his team go 0-2 ever to start out the season. So I know he's got some kind of sneaky something up his sleeve.
Maybe he'll hire Jeff Kaluli to take out one of Adrian Peterson's teams.
Like I bet you he gets some prostitute with with VD to have sex with Adrian Peterson before the game, or
that's what Lawrence Taylor used to do. That's why the Giants won so many Super Bowls.
Yeah, they gave everybody VD.
Yep.
I think maybe Christian Ponder. He goes to throw a ball, and what's going on? Where'd the ball go? And then you find out they put butter on his hands.
Butter, like some Harlem Globetrotter tricks.
Yeah.
Like one of the receivers will go up to catch a pass, and then somebody will dump a bucket of confetti on them.
Yeah. I see some very comical, yet still underhanded cheating going on in this game, and that's why I think
it's going to be a close one. This might be, I think it's a sleeper of a game. I think this might be the sleeper at the 1 o'clock time slot. This is going to be a good game. Okay, next up we got the New York Giants home opener in the Meadowlands Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Boy, did they lay out a big dump on Monday Night Football this week. They look pretty shitty.
Pretty dumpy.
Pretty dumpy, I'm sorry. Excuse me for the language. They're playing the Arizona Cardinals, who played in the second half of Monday Night Football. They look pretty decent. Nobody watched that game since it was on until 4:30 in the morning, but from what I heard on the Sports Center the next day, they look pretty decent.
Yeah, Kurt Warner put up some pretty good numbers.
Absolutely.
Larry Fitzgerald had a couple of touchdowns. All in all, I think the Cardinals are doing pretty good.
They're doing okay. They're doing okay. It's a tough division. Tough division with the 49ers and the Seahawks there. They're not going to win that, but they're going to be a respectable team this year, and I think they're definitely going to beat the New York Giants, who are a giant disaster.
I get it. I got to disagree with you on this one just because I think the Giants are going to play extra hard because it is their home opener. And they got a lot to prove. They had an awful season last year.
And their coach, Tim Hoffman,
yeah,
he's pretty mad. He's old, and he's going to be pretty mad that they got humiliated in front of everybody.
Yeah.
He really wants to kick a chain link fence right now. He's so angry about how bad they played. He's going to really get to Eli Manning.
I think.
And tell him, stop being an idiot.
I think New York wins just because this is kind of a must-win. You know, you lose on Monday night pretty badly, and then you got a home opener. You got to win this game. And it's not like the Cardinals are the best team. I mean, they're a decent team, but they're not the best team.
They're like our NFL picks last week, 8-8, 7-9 range. I think it's going to be a close one, but I think the Cardinals are going to win.
Ooh, next we got a
the PU, the stinker of the week, I think.
Yeah.
One team that started off good last week. I
got a theory about that. Is they went out there. They went out there and they were winning, and they were smoking them. 17 unanswered points in the first half.
Chad Hemme looked great.
Chad Hemme looked awesome.
They didn't even need Brock. Nobody even mentioned Brock Bortleman.
I think at halftime though, I think they got a phone call. And somebody called. It was an anonymous call, and could have been Bill Belichick, but that's just speculation. But usually when things happen of this nature, the underhanded sort of things, it is Bill Belichick. But I'm pretty sure that Chad Henne got the call, and he said, hello. And on the other line, all he heard was, you're the fucking Jaguars.
Yep.
And then from then on, they realized,
you live in Jacksonville.
Wait, we're the Jaguars. And of course, they found a way to lose by allowing 34 unanswered points in the second half.
Absolutely. Oh man, I was watching that game with my friend the Herminator, who's an Eagles fan. He was pretty mad. He might have been the guy that called during the Herminator.
That's just speculation.
Jacksonville is just bad, and they're going to be bad again. You know, the two things that come out of Jacksonville are Limp Bizkit and the Jaguars, the worst band and the worst football team.
Yeah.
And they're playing another team that looked awful, the Washington NFL team.
The Washington NFL, racist name for American Native
Indigenous Americans.
Indigenous Americans. I got to go with the Jaguars on this.
Really?
Simply because I think the Jaguars will score, quick in the beginning like they did last game. And as long as they don't answer that phone call, because they might know better this time.
Yep.
I don't think the Redskins are going to put up anything. Yeah, RG3, it's more like RGP, at this point.
Gee.
Because he's just taking a piss all over his career.
Absolutely. He has not lived up to the promise.
No. And I don't think that the Washington racial slurs have any talent on that team right now. I just don't see him. I don't see him doing a whole lot. I see them being basically the old Detroit Lions.
Yep.
Of the NFL this season.
Joey Harrington.
Yeah. Putting up like 2-3 wins.
Marty Morningweg.
I don't care how many $5 footlongs RG3 eats before the game.
No, but the Ramadan Sioux.
Yeah, Ramadan Sioux, like, I think he'll, we'll get to him.
We'll get to him. He's up next. I actually think the Washington mean thing to say about Native Americans, this is the worst game of the week. Nobody's going to watch this outside of people who live in Washington and Fred Durst.
Yeah.
So, Mark Brunell maybe might tune in. He played for both teams. I just remembered he was a mean thing to say about Native Americans too at the end of his career.
Yeah.
I think Washington, they got the home field advantage. This Jacksonville team, they're going to win a few games, I think. They'll win 4 or 5 games, but they're going to... Chad Hemme's just bad. They should just put in Brock Bortleman. The coaches these days are just wimps.
I think this could be the appearance of...
could be the appearance if Brock Bortleman plays, so that might be the difference.
Bottleman might go in there in the second half.
If Brock Bortleman is in there, I would say the Jaguars, but I don't think he's going to play, so I'm going to say Washington wins a really dull 13-9 type game.
Next on the list, we got a good game. We got a good game with a high-powered offense.
This is a good
against a high-powered defense. Both teams won last week. I predicted both teams to win last week, and they both won.
I was 1-1.
The Detroit Lions versus the Carolina Panthers.
The immovable force versus the irresistible force.
Two forces.
Two forces.
Neither of them wanting to be
One doesn't
resisted.
want to move and one doesn't want to stop moving.
Neither of them want to be resisted. They're both forces.
They're both forces.
Last week, Carolina won without Cam Newton.
They look, yeah.
They had Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson's an underrated player. He did very well in Cleveland when he was there. He used to put up, he'd have 3-4 touchdown games. Didn't do very well in the postseason because I don't think he ever went there.
Because he lived in Cleveland.
Because he was from Cleveland and they're not allowed in postseason games.
Absolutely.
But I think with Cam Newton back,
the Carolina Panthers, with the defense they have at home with Cam Newton, I got to beat the Detroit Megatrons, the Detroit Transformers. I agree. I think Carolina at home, Cam Newton, they got the momentum going. They got it. They might be the favorites in the NFC South. They saw how things shook up in Week 1. They got the confidence going. They saw how well they did with Derek Anderson coming out of a time machine from 2006. And now that they got one of the best quarterbacks in the league back, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a close game. I think Carolina's going to win it. I think they're going to go 2-0. I think, I
think Carolina with their high-powered defense and the ability to scramble and make the plays of Cam Newton, Superman, I think they will have Detroit crying, if you know what I mean. It'll be the Detroit Cryings.
The Detroit Cryings. I like that.
But I think that's going to definitely be my game of the week because that's going to be a hard-fought victory right there.
Absolutely.
All quips and puns aside.
It's going to be an irresistible force and an immovable force.
Yeah, two forces just head on. Next game used to be one of the tightest rivalries in the NFL back in the day. Back when people like me and Ron were little, younger bucks than we are now.
When we were in our prime, we were running wild.
Back when we were, living the big life.
Living after midnight.
Rocking
till the dawn.
Exactly.
Rocking till the Ron.
Rocking till the Ron. An old AFC West team that's now a new minted Super Bowl champion team in the Seattle Seahawks will be going to San Diego, which they've done many times, and I see them just destroying the Slam Diego Slam Pigs.
Slam Diego chunk. No, that's not good. Slam Diego, they're blowing chunks.
Yeah, something puke related.
Something puke related.
Something that has to do with vomit.
The thing is, I don't think San Diego's that bad this year. I think they're like a 7-9, 8-8 type team. But the Seattle Seahawks, they were freaking good last year, and they might be even better this year. I think they're scary. They're one of those teams you pee a little watching them play.
Yeah. Sometimes I come home from work and the lights are out, and I'm like, I bet the Seahawks are in my house.
Yeah, is Russell Wilson hiding in the corner?
Yeah.
Is Richard Sherman?
Is Richard Sherman just going to pop around a corner and
Yeah.
just yell boo?
Is he hanging out in my refrigerator?
Scary. Just
screaming. Did you see Sports Illustrated? Russell Wilson and Colin Kaepernick?
Oh, Colin Copernicus on...
Yeah. They were half naked. It was pretty... I had to hide my Sports Illustrated from my daughter, Rox, my 16-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Just these half-naked men with their bulges, and it was, that's not appropriate.
No.
Russell Wilson's bulge, it was
I
don't try to look at that stuff.
Have you gotten that issue back from Sweet Marie yet?
That issue, yeah, she took it. She was like, your daughter can't see this. And I was like, all right, that's fine. But then I realized, like, wait, what is she looking at?
What is she looking at, you know?
Absolutely. And, that Russell Wilson, I guess, he's talented in more ways than one.
Yeah, you mean...
no homosexual, but...
in the crotch.
But it was...
Talented in the crotch.
Talented in the crotch and talented at football.
Yeah. Up next, we got our second stinker of the week. We got the St. Louis Rams going to Tampa Bay, play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who looked awful last week. Couldn't even beat a backup quarterback. Starting, Luke McCown, Josh McCown,
Cade McCown.
I don't know what they're even attempting.
Michael McDonald.
I don't understand what they're trying to pull. We've seen the McCowns before. We know that they're not good. There's plenty of Detmers out there if you want to really fucking embarrass yourself. So I see, and it's sad as it is, St. Louis is that bad though, that I think that this time around Tampa Bay will be playing a backup quarterback again, in the form of some guy I don't know who he is, to be honest with you. Sam Bradford still out for the season. I don't know who they
might be Byron Leftwich.
I think maybe Dave Gerard.
Keenan Hobdy, they'll see that he owns his own football jersey.
Maybe Keenan Hobdy, just because he owns his own jersey. They'll put him out there.
They'll give him a Rams jersey instead of... They won't make him play with a Cowboys jersey.
No, nobody wants to play in a Cowboys jersey. But I think I see Tampa Bay pulling this one off just because they're at home.
Yeah.
It's hot down there.
It's Florida.
St. Louis is an indoor team. They're going down to Florida to play.
Don't watch this game.
I think 3-0 Tampa Bay. Something stupid like that, maybe.
Yeah, this is the kind of game when you go to the sports bar that has the NFL season package. This is the game that's playing right above the bathroom stall. And that's the only TV it's playing on.
Yeah. So
it's a bad game.
When you go in to take a shit, you see
eat too many mozzarella sticks. You don't want to take a dump at a sports bar bathroom. This is the game that you watch when you're regretting, like, oh, I have to poop in a sports bar bathroom.
Yeah. At the close-out week 2, me and Ron, strangely enough, are in agreement for pretty much the rest of the.
So if you want to see fighting, you can YouTube UFC.
So let's go through them real quick. We both agree that Denver is going to host Kansas City, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. Ideally, the stadium would collapse and kill everybody.
Yeah. Or
the rapture happens.
So But I gotta go with Denver.
Denver's going to win this
Denver's
one.
at home.
They look good against the Indianapolis Colts, who are pretty good, so they're going to look good against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are pretty bad.
Yeah. And then we're also in agreement that the Favre Bowl, if you will, two teams that Brett Favre
used to play for.
I think Green Bay at home. Green Bay just lost on the road to Seattle. They're pissed. I think they're going to beat the New York Jets. New York Jets didn't look that good. They played against the Raiders, who were being led by a rookie quarterback who, again, I think is around 16, 17 years old. And they could have lost that game at many times.
Very easily.
They got muscled around in that
close.
game. They had a couple of key plays where the Raiders defense got caught slipping, and that's how they ended up winning the game. But I mean,
they're not going to. That won't happen.
They were fumbling the ball.
No.
They were turning the ball over like crazy. So I think New York's going to get beat up.
Not going to happen at Limburger Field.
Pretty hard. The Jetterbockers are going to go down to the Green Bay Packaroonies
at Lindbergh Field.
And then I got some confidence this week.
I'm feeling good.
Because the worst team in the NFL, the Houston Texans, who did win last week, but as we said before, week one's just for fun, are coming to a little place that we like to call fucking Thunderdome.
The Black Hole.
The Black Hole, a.k.a. the Death Star, a.k.a. the home of Raider Nation, the Oakland Coliseum.
Rise up. It's going to be a beautiful day in Oakland. They'll have jet flyovers. They might get John Madden and some
Madden will be down there.
Raider greats.
They're going to remove first, second, and third base. They might leave the pitcher's mound intact. They haven't decided on that yet.
Yeah, the Oakland A's season's going pretty badly right now.
They're gonna. I mean, yeah, they're the only team still left that plays on a modified baseball field.
So what? It's a throwback. They're throwbacks to the 70s, hard hitting.
Which is embarrassing, but
throwback.
It's a throwback.
In the 70s, hard hitting. They used to all play in baseball stadiums back in the 1972 to about 1995.
I mean, it's not like they're playing on ice.
No, it's not like they're playing on a basketball court.
Yeah, they're not playing on clay. They're not sharing a tennis court with Wimbledon.
They're not sharing a golf course with Phil Mickelson.
It could be way worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah, they could be at Daytona.
It goes to their advantage.
Playing on the circle.
No other team plays on a baseball field. No other team knows how to play on a baseball field.
Yeah, they've all forgotten over the years. So I think the Raiders have the edge.
Yeah, I think they'll
against the Houston Astros.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
He's going to go down. I think the Raiders are going to get a good win. They're going to go 500 before their big trip next weekend into Foxborough Stadium. It's going to be a good confidence builder, I think.
It'll be good to know that the Raiders are within a few hundred miles of me and Ron.
I can't wait.
I feel like just having us near them is going to help them get to a victory. But that's next week. This week, I'm going to say that the Oakland Raiders are going to send Texas back to. I know there's two things in Texas, and one of them's steers, and the other one's something else. And I don't think there's going to be any cows coming to Oakland this week. So you do the math on that one. But anyway, we have the Indianapolis Colts hosting the Philadelphia Eagles, the Nick Nolte-led Philadelphia Eagles. I got a feeling that Andrew's luck will be in the cards this week because last week he played against Peyton Manning and the Broncos, who had something to prove after losing the Super Bowl. I thought that they would fumble literally and crumble before our very eyes after losing the Super Bowl, but it seemed like they came back with something to prove. But I think they've lit a fire now in caveman, unfrozen quarterback Andrew Luck, who will probably go out there and throw for 3 or 4 touchdowns.
He's going to club somebody over the head
against Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Because those guys didn't play very well in the first half against
Chad Hemme.
Yeah, against Chad Hemme and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I got a feeling that Indianapolis is going to come out fucking hard. They're going to come out fucking rough. And they're going to come out fucking lucky.
They're at home. They're at the RCA Dome, home of WrestleMania 8.
Yep.
I like them this week. I like the Indianapolis Colts too. I think it's good. I mean, Philadelphia, they're no pushovers. They're the best team of the bad bunch. They're the best student in the slow class. So they're no pushovers, but they don't. Andrew Luck's
just a caveman who was unfrozen. He doesn't quite understand our human ways. But one thing he does understand is the game of football. And that's why I think that he's going to go and he's going to come out and realize, like, me no win last week, me best win this week. And so that's why my pick for Monday Night Football, Monday, September 15th, be there, Philadelphia at Indianapolis. Indianapolis Colts going over on Philadelphia Eagles.
I like the Indianapolis Colts. Sorry, I'm texting with Sweet Marie trying to ask her where that Sports Illustrated with Russell Wilson on the front went.
She's going to pretend like she can't find it.
She's going to pretend like she can't find it. It's like whenever she finds one of my issues of Penthouse Letters.
Yeah.